Whoa! I'm hoping the audio works this time because we have a Easter-filled freaking arm day, baby. What's going on? It is Easter Eve right now, and we're got 3 meals in us so far. It's just before 10 a.m. Got a lot done today. And baby, we're about to get after it. So we have a lot to do today. More so meaning I have a big time crunch to be somewhere early, which is fine. You know, we just we got up earlier than we needed to, did everything accordingly, and it's all gonna be good, man. My biggest slowdown today was I was behind a woman at 7-Eleven just before recording this. I was getting another one of those little body armor drinks. I like to have my sugar, my carbs, and my electrolytes when I'm training. She was going off. She was a little kooky, you could tell. But she was going ballistic about the about the payment systems on the things. So my card keeps getting declined. It's not declined. I know there's money. This. Like her Apple Pay didn't work, and this didn't work, and this didn't work. She was getting like a small coffee. So eventually I was just like, lady, I'll pay for your coffee. I got it. I'm in a rush. I said it more polite like that. I'm like, let me just take care of it for you. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's a small coffee. It costs $1. But she was appreciative. But you could tell the guy behind the counter he knew what I was doing. He's like, this guy just wants to get out of here. I was there for 5 minutes online. She's getting a small coffee. I'm getting one drink. I'm like, lady, the world has places to be. People have things to do. Besides you just reaming out the cashier who can't do anything about your problem. Sorry, Oops. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, man, is, there's being a Karen, which is the worst of the worst, where, you're intentionally acting this way to try to put somebody down because you think you're on this higher pedestal. That's the worst. That's the cream of the crop. That's the worst of the worst. Nothing will beat a bad Karen, and they're impossible to deal with, and you don't even want to have them near you. They're not good people. But shortly under them is people like this woman I just dealt with before. Now, the shame of it is, I can't say if she's a bad person or not, but she's got a few screws loose. But it's just unfortunate when, somebody who's just at work, right? He's just trying to do his job. He doesn't care. He's just trying to do his thing and go home and hang out. Has to deal with people berating him. Even though they have a few screws loose, whatever it is. But just dealing with those people, man, because I've dealt with plenty of them in my life. It's just insufferable. Insufferable dealing with those people. And I'm very stoic in my mentality and how I handle things. I don't let my emotions get control of me in the slightest bit. In general, or when it comes to dealing with those people. I've dealt with it so much from an early age, my entire life. Of like dealing with narcissists and all that bullshit, whatever. But that I've mastered it very, very young. So to see somebody getting upset at somebody else berating them, especially when that person berated them, it's not even on purpose. It's on purpose, obviously, but there's something wrong with them. Just enough to where they really have no idea what they're talking about. Instead of like a Karen who's relatively, let's just say 100% upstairs, right? She's 100% upstairs. She's just, a nasty lady. There's a difference. There's a difference, man. What would a male Karen be called anyway? Because there's guys that are like that too. We're no saints. It's always a bunch of like estrogen-filled men, but I don't know, what would a guy Karen be called? Like a Kyle, I guess. Sorry, Kyles out there. But if you're gonna like a dude's name who's gonna flip out on a cashier because I don't know, they didn't have the relish that his wife wanted, and he's whipped. It's not John. Johns are solid. We're solid people. Jameses are usually too kind. You know what I mean? Am I stereotyping because of names? Yeah, I am. Deal with it. We're figuring this out together. God, I might have. If we're stereotyping here, I might have to say Kyle's. I might have to say a Kyle. You know, it works because Karen Kyle, right? KK's. Same starting letter. But, you know, you get a Kyle who's all hyped up on Monster and walking around in a wife beater. And I know it's not all Kyles. I know some Kyles that don't do that. But, you know, sometimes the shoe fits. The male Kyles, and they're rarer, you know, and they're usually outbursting like that because they almost always married a Karen. Because a normal person wouldn't deal with a male Karen, but a weak-willed man, here it is, but a weak-willed man will deal with a Karen, right? So anything but a Karen wouldn't deal with a Kyle because they're insufferable to deal with. But the Karen, they just, you know, they click, they work together. They're both just shitheads. But regular guys, right? Regular dudes that are weak-willed men full of estrogen. They're the ones who will also marry a Karen. Because, God forbid, they ever stood up for what they wanted or what they believed in, or it's just always, no matter what, yes, wife, yes, no problem. You want all of this? Sure, no problem. You want my face? Sure, I don't need it anyway. Let me cut it off for you. I already gave you my testicles, right? Why not? Why not give you the rest? This is what happens, man. So, arm day. Back to arm day. I bought some tank tops. I'm going to throw one of them on for the lift. I realized for like a gym bro, I don't own any. I have like my light sleeveless hoodies. You know, like those 5% ones you see me wear all the time. I have those. Besides that, I don't own a tank top that fits me. You know what I mean? I have some that are old that are like a large or an XL, but they're, you know, it's like wearing a leotard. It's tight, so I don't want to wear it. So what's some proper 2X? Some proper 2X tanks, and they fit nice and they're comfy, man. Tried them on last night. So we're going to be lifting in style today, babes. You know, in style. We got our red and black fancy pants, right? And then I either have a blue tank top, which I know it doesn't match, shut up, or a black tank top, kind of stringer, but not all the way down. It's just, you know, it'll show off the lats a little bit. I just needed to get some for when I go to Florida, because there's no way I'm walking around in a t-shirt all day. I'll come back with a ridiculous farmer's tan. But you know, guys, on that note, I'll see you inside. And like I said the other day, we're gonna have a hard time filming inside the gym for a while. I have some ideas, but it's gonna be difficult. So just appreciate you sticking through. You know what I mean? We'll figure this out together. Get after it. Have a great day. And I should see you in the posing room.